I just feel so much ease. Like, I feel hopeful, I feel optimistic, I feel warm, I feel like honey on the inside. And I feel fearless, I feel capable, I feel present, I feel supported, I feel seen. I just feel peace, you know? I'm not gonna go into it in this video, but me and Edgar are separated now. And it's me and the babies. And I'm staying with some family. And I just feel so good. Like, I had a couple moments, like, where I cry here and there, but it doesn't feel like it's out of sadness. It feels like it's out of just relief. Like, my body is, like, resetting. Like, all three of us are, like, resetting. Like, for the last couple months, their sleep schedule has just been... I've just been, like, I've been managing, okay? Like, sometimes I wouldn't get them to sleep until, like, 2. Both of them, at least. 2 in the morning. And then they wouldn't wake up until, like, 12 or 11 or 2, 1, you know, like, the afternoon. And we were just in this, like, weird loop where it was really difficult to, like, have a routine that... with all 4 of us. Because when it's the 3 of us and Edgar was working or he was out, like, I was able to create, like, a routine for the 3 of us of, like, hey, we wake up, okay, let's do our pajamas, you know, let's get a shower, let's do our hygiene, all that kind of stuff, and we'll be in bed at this time and wake up at this time. Like, I was able to do that. But, you know, the last couple months with Edgar just, like, being with us more and not necessarily, like, working or going out to find money or whatever, like, it's been really hard. It was really hard, getting a schedule for all of us, like a flow. But, you know, like, I've been here for about 2 weeks, or about a week, excuse me. I've been here for about a week, and I feel like just ease. The kids are, like, asleep right now. It's like afternoon time and they're asleep, like when babies should be asleep. They woke up today at like 8 something and went to bed last night at like 10 something. Um, that was kind of like the girl was asleep and then the boy was still kind of like awake. And then him and we were watching some, like, Thomas videos. So we stayed up a little bit later, you know, because I was kind of interested in the Thomas videos too. But, like, I had this, like, rash that was developing on my arms, and it's, like, gone. It's just straight up gone. I thought it was like a food rash or something, but it turns out it was just a stress rash. And I don't feel stressed anymore. Like, I'm not gonna comment on, like, the relationship right now, but I will just say for myself, like, I just feel so free. I feel like I'm not stuck anymore. I feel like there's nothing in my way. I feel like I don't have to wait for anybody else to figure anything else out. I feel like I can just figure it out. It felt like there was a lot of, like, teamwork, right? But then, like, it wasn't out of his teamwork. There was a lot of busyness, but there wasn't a lot of, like, progress. And right now, I mean, I haven't even, like, done much, but, like, it feels like progress is happening. It feels like healing is happening. It feels like there's space. Like, we can go out and we can run. I have a stroller now, you know, and I can go on a walk. I got a milkshake today, you know, like I met this woman named Denise on my walk, and like I feel and I can see how God is like showing up for me right now, and how powerful of a manifester like I truly am. Like yesterday we were walking and there was a neighbor across the street, and I was just like, I haven't talked to that neighbor in a while. And then literally like 5 minutes later, that neighbor comes walking down the street, and I'm like, oh hey, I haven't seen you. And she's like, wow, hi, are these your babies? And I was like, yeah. And we just talk, and I'm like, that was cool. And then we go on another walk because the boy is just, he wants to be outside, and I don't blame him. And we see this guy working on a motorcycle, and I'm like, wow, that's a cool motorcycle. And we stop and we talk to him for a moment, and he's like, yeah, I mean, if I could ever ride it, you know, I haven't been able to get it to work. But then, like, that, we literally turn the block after that little chat with him, and we hear the motorcycle. We hear the motorcycle turn on, and then we see him coming down the street, and I'm like cheering, you know, and the guy's got like a, yeah, did it, kind of like a look on his face. But like, I was like, did I manifest that? Did I manifest his motorcycle working just with like my thought? Oh, I hope you get your motorcycle working. And I really did hope that I genuinely wanted him to get it working. Like I'm just noticing, I've been noticing God for a while, for a good minute, you know, for like the last year. And there was all these little moments, you know, when it was the four of us where God would show up in a different way, right? And make it a little less difficult. But something about it right now just feels like, uh, like genuine, like it felt like before, like I was just knocked down, right? And like you get knocked down, you get back up again, right? But it felt like I just kept getting kicked in the face or like in the stomach or like in the back, and like I just couldn't get up. And now that I'm where I am now, and it feels like I'm standing. It feels like I'm not only just standing, but like I got energy to fight back, you know? Like I got energy. And like of course there's all this processing that's happening in my head. All this like it's like a letdown, not a letdown in like a bad way, like oh I got let down, but like a letdown in the sense of like there was all this tension, all this tension, all this tension, and now it's just like relaxed a little bit more, you know? And like gosh, like I just feel I really like I jumped into a different dimension, bro. Like last week there was like this whole situation, and like the night that situation happened, the boy puked, and I was just like, okay, um, let's handle this. And then the next day he puked again, and I was just like, okay, so like he didn't feel sick, and I don't think he caught anything, so it just must be like an adjustment or, you know, responding to trauma or something. The whole situation, you know. And then like I saw all of my family that next day, and you know I saw my mom. I saw like my sisters for the first time in 5 years at least. I saw my aunt and my uncle, all of my aunts and my uncles pretty much, my grandparents, like my dad, like, and then my mom like brought me new shoes, my aunt brought me new shoes. There's like all of these moments of like little upgrades, you know, just all of these little upgrades, you know, and I keep noticing all the little upgrades, and maybe I'm being like cryptic because I'm still getting comfortable like sharing, you know, and like what transparency means right now, you know, but like wow, like I just feel so good. I feel so good. I looked at myself in the mirror last night, and it genuinely felt like the first time in a while that I had like actually seen myself. it was like symbolic, because the kind of mirror that it was, it's like I can see my waist. I can see below my waist. Like the mirror is big enough that I can see below my waist. Whereas like all the mirrors that I've been seeing for the last little bit, I mean I'm kind of short, so like all the mirrors that I've been seeing, you can really only see like my chest up. I'm wearing a tank top by the way, but you can only see like my chest up or like just my head or you know. So then last night like I was looking at myself in the mirror and I could see a good portion of my body, and I was just like, wow, like you're so beautiful. Like like I know that people tell you that, but like I see it right now. Like you're so beautiful. You have such a beautiful smile. Your lips are so cute. Like my smile is so big, and my teeth, like I have great teeth, and my eyes and my freckles, like I know that I haven't been posting on here lately. Um, I've just been in survival mode, to put it frank. I've been in survival mode, and it's hard being there, bro. It's hard being in survival mode. And it wouldn't be hard if like you had support, right? Like my someone was like breaking it down to me. Like there's coping, right? But then there's like community, and you need both of them to get out of a situation. And I think for the longest time like I was just coping, and I was just living in this like really intense isolation. Like I didn't have friends. I didn't have anybody like adults or like, you know, think people to like really like talk to or engage with. And I mean even I left my grandma Evelyn's house in Washington, but um even like up there like I was still feeling like super isolated. And man, like I just feel so different now. Like it's been a week and I already have like a play date set up. And I have like, or two actually. And like I met this wonderful woman Denise today. Like there's just so much more freedom. Like I'm literally able to go out and walk in a neighborhood with sidewalks. Like it feels so rich. I feel so wealthy. I feel so like, you know, I've been texting my mom and talking to my sister about all the different things that I'm processing and realizing about the situation. And I'm tough, bro. I'm so tough. And I'm such a good mom. And I'm so like, I'm so talented. Yeah, when it comes to like YouTube, I've wanted to document more of my life and like vlog, you know? I feel like not only is my story like interesting, but it's also like inspiring, and I know that a lot of people can relate with what I've gone through. So like vlogging is something I really want to be more consistent at, and like I just wasn't able to do it with the mindset that I had. I literally like couldn't put together a 30-second video because I felt so stressed out. And then the phone that I had like before in like January or December or whatever, like I lost it somewhere on our train trip from Austin to Washington. It's just like I guess it's like So interesting. Like, God is always giving you exactly what you need. And if it's not around you in that moment, then you don't need it. Like, legitimately, you do not need it. Whatever you need will manifest. And I say that with the caveat that, like, you have to believe it, you know? And the more that I've been believing it, the more that I've been seeing it, the more that I've been having faith, the more obvious, or, you know, the quicker things are showing up for me. Like, I I I, I genuinely, like, don't even know how to um like, start with articulating everything, but I'm just giving like an overall sentiment because this is like a stream of consciousness. I keep wanting to write, but the writing just, it takes too long. I know that sounds weird, but like, it just takes too long. Like, it just takes too long. I take bullet points and I'm writing here and there, and I'm getting better at being more patient with myself. But like, wow. You just like relax into it and you follow just what seems interesting and what seems fun to do and what seems exciting or what seems next. Just what seems next. And I think that following that compass that is in me, in my heart, things just keep showing up, bro. Like, it just keeps showing up. And even like a new perspective shift, a new identity is like just showing up for me. Like, there's just straight up things that I just don't care about anymore. There's just straight up things that I, like, ideas that come into my mind where I'm just like, yeah, that's just not true. That's just not valid. Like, I don't feel fear. I don't. Like, for what? Oh, your death? Oh, oh, be afraid of death? Oh, you know, like, these bodies, like, you're gonna have to give it back to the earth at some point, you know, like, why would you be afraid of that? You know, like, when you rent something, you give it back. I'm renting this body from the earth, from God. So, like, yeah, I'll give it back. But I also know that, like, anything that I need while I'm here, like, I'll just rent while I'm here. And God will just, it'll just show up. And anything I don't need anymore, God will find a better use for it, a better place for it. It's just like, man, I think the people that say that God isn't real, and I think I used to be kind of one of them. I don't know if it was that I didn't think God was real. I just didn't have a good like grasp of what people were talking about when they were talking about God. Now I have a far better grasp. And what I will say is, people who say that God doesn't exist, or God isn't real, or one God is more valid than the other God, or you know, there's different variations of those types of arguments. Like, what I'll say is that, like, oh, you just haven't seen it yet. Like, that's literally all it is. It's just pattern recognition and relaxing into the moment of, and being honest with yourself about what you really want. And being honest with yourself about what you really want. And allowing yourself to want that. Like, literally today, I was just like, I want a milkshake. And then I was like, but do you really need a milkshake? Like, it's ice cream and it's milk and it's sugar. It's like all this stuff. Like, do you really need it? And then I was just like, no, but I want it. So we're going to go get one. So we went to the store and I got the boys some juice and I got myself a milkshake at the place next door. And while we were there, like, we met this like wonderful woman who runs the store, and he got like those little coin you put in quarters and you get like a little toy or something, but then he didn't like the toy, and then he wanted to return the toy, but the lady doesn't do that really. So then we had a whole moment of like learning about committing to your choices and, you know, yeah, sometimes you don't get what you want. So then he decided to pay it forward, and that was really sweet. I said, well, what you could do, you could just leave it here, so another kid can have it, and you can pay it forward. And he really liked that idea. He was like, oh, like a gift, and I said, yeah, like a gift. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna give a gift like God. And I was just like, yeah, give a gift like God. So like that whole moment of me experiencing him as a little boy, like growing and like understanding the world, it wouldn't have happened if I would have denied myself that milkshake. Or maybe it would have happened in a different way, but like we were just out walking, you know? And then one of the guys that was in the restaurant was like, oh, that kid is so cute. He needs his own YouTube channel. And I didn't hear him at first. I just heard that kid needs blah, blah, blah. And of course, like when you're a mom, you hear somebody talking about you and your kid, you're like, what did you say, mommy? What's up? What's up? You say it with your chest? What's good? Hmm? Like I kind of had that energy, and he was like, oh no, I meant like he's like really cute, like you guys, you need like a YouTube channel or something. Like he was all stuttery, and I was just like, oh, thanks. And and then Z was like, thank you very much. And then some other ladies came in and literally like the next second complimented him on his hair and then his eyes, and then they saw the girl and they're like, oh my gosh, her eyes are so beautiful. So there was like this whole moment of like God manifesting through these people and like bombarding us with like compliments and like love. And like how do you ignore that? How do you ignore that? So yeah, like people who say they don't believe in God or they don't think God is real or whatever. Like I feel like they're missing the point of what God's supposed to be. Like God is like a plasma. God is like a, I mean obviously a consciousness, but like I think of it as like mushrooms. Like it's just like an energy pulse, you know? Like I'm a mushroom just as much as you're a mushroom. Like you just think about it, you're just a nervous system floating inside of a body. Like you think about what your brain looks like a mushroom, and your nervous system looks like mycelium.